come to a decision after a lot of agonising, and I've decided to step out of the England fold and retire from international duty. It was a very difficult decision to make. It's something that I've been contemplating for a long time, not just since the end of the World Cup. It's a decision that I've took very serious, and it's been tough. It's swung both ways at times, and I've had to take an awful lot of advice from people who are close to me, players who I still play with, ex-players who I've played with a long time ago, managers that I've played for years ago. And yeah, it's been a really tough decision, certainly one of the toughest I've ever had to make since I turned professional at 18. So it's been tough, but I've come to the decision. I feel as if I've made the right decision, and things are going to change for me. I haven't made my decision on the back of the World Cup. I've made my decision on my age, on my body, on being fair to Liverpool Football Club, being respectful for them, especially with having the Champions League back. That was a huge factor. To ask my body now the way it is and what it's been through to play international football and domestic football was too much of an ask. But it is strange in a way, because I do feel as if I could probably still play for England in maybe September, October, November. I'm still in great physical condition. But big picture wise, over the next 2, 3, 4 years, the best thing for my body, where I stand now, is to step aside out of the international fold and give my body the best chance to perform well, certainly over the next year while I'm contracted to Liverpool. I think the most important thing for me was to not make an emotional decision or a rash decision. I was asked questions during the World Cup, before the World Cup, after the World Cup, to make a decision on my future, and it wasn't the right time. It was important that I came away from football. I had some time to be alone, time to be with my close family and friends, and basically discuss and talk about what's going to be the best decision for me moving forward. And the first time I've spoke to Roy properly was this week. I had tried to have an initial chat with him straight after the World Cup, but I was too emotional to talk to him, really. I was still very upset with how the World Cup went, and I needed time to come away to gather my thoughts and clear my head and make sure that it was the right decision, because it was so big. It's difficult to put into words, to give the fans a message in one interview. But the England fans have been, fantastic with me from day one, and I'd like to think that, my performance has shown effort and determination. I've given everything I can for England every time I've gone out. Admittedly, I've never always hit top form. But I think, the basics and what's required when you put an England shirt on is give 100%, fight, give your best, and I'd like to think I've always given that, and it's for the supporters. And what I'll always remember the supporters for is the reception they give me straight after the Costa Rica game. We'd just gone out of the World Cup at the first stage. It hadn't gone well for myself personally or the team, and they give me an unbelievable reception, and that's what's sticking in my mind. And I'd have loved nothing better than to carry on and continue to fight for the England fans moving forward, but there is a time when you're a football player where you've got to make the right decision. You've got to be, I don't know whether selfish is the right word, because I'm not a selfish person, but I've had to think of me this time, and how can I perform well for Liverpool in the Champions League, and how can I be available for every game and hit the performance levels that I like to play on. And for me, the best chance for me to do that is to get regular breaks during the season, and that will happen now.